Hello, welcome to theprofitroom.com. My name is Ernest. I'm one of the team members here. Let's talk about trading psychology. Is it real? How real is it? Well, first of all, trading psychology is about 80% of trading. It's all the mindset and the discipline. It is a saying that a poorly educated trader with a lot of discipline will outperform an advanced trader with little discipline. And that's very true. In trading is so much emotions because you're dealing with money. Just imagine how you feel when you may lose $10, right? Or if somebody rips you off, you overpay for something and you found out it's someplace cheaper. Doesn't it make you feel a type of way? That's the same thing the stock market does. The stock market affects you personally. And throughout your trading journey, you have to learn how to control those emotions and be able to trade. And many traders fail to develop that. That's why there's so many forums where people ask questions over and over again. Have you ever been on a forum online where they say, how do you feel about this trade? What do you feel about this trade? Right? Because that's a confidence issue. It still comes back to trading psychology. It's not that it's nothing wrong with asking about a trade or somebody's viewpoint, but you got to ask yourself, do you find yourself always second guessing your trades? A lot of that has to do with education, but also your mindset. Because in trading, you have to understand you're not always going to be right. You got to learn how to accept and love a loss. And I use the word love because you got to learn how to accept and love a loss, a controlled loss. Because all we do is trade in probabilities. And as individuals, we like to be right. You know, like a quarterback can't always expect that every time he throws a pass, the wide receiver is going to catch it. Or every time a basketball player shoots, he's going to swish in the basket. Doesn't mean he's a good football or basketball player. But when it comes to trading, when you lose on a trade, it just dominates you. Like, oh, I'm the worst. I'm the worst trader. And that's where you need to learn how to check that. And with trading, that all comes to rule base. You need to know who you are as an individual. You need to know what type of trader you are. And that's what helps your psychology. I like to give another example when asking about how do you view a stock. Imagine you're in a certain forum online and somebody posts a lot of trades, right? And you think they're a great trader. And they post a trade that they enter. And now, since they're a great trader, you enter that trade and the trade is wrong. Doesn't that affect you as well? Because they're supposed to be a good trader. But now, because you enter their trade, the trade is wrong. Now they're a bad trader? No, it's just the probabilities, right? But you see, as you develop a trader, all these little things here can affect your mind. You may think, oh, I have bad luck, because they usually have good trades. The trades I finally take from them is the bad trade, so this isn't for me. No, it doesn't have anything to do with it. It's all has to do with you as an individual. So how do you conquer that? How do you develop that winning trading psychology? You have to understand first that you're not perfect, right? You do make mistakes, and not every winning trade or every trade is going to be a winner. That's why you have to learn how to accept losses. And as professional traders, we learn how to do that. So, hope this helps. And during your course of the journey, try to reflect on this video and realize you're trying to be the best trader you can be, and you can be a successful trader. As always, trade safe